slim, right? Especially someone who's blind. I remember there was a person who I loved dearly, Mr. Schechter, alav hashalom. He was an older man who was blind when I was a teenager growing up, right? Mr. Schechter, Herman Schechter, alav hashalom, right? Now, you'd walk in there, say, Geshavas, Mr. Schechter. Oh, Eugene, how are you? Right? Now, he'd hear me every week. Not a big deal, right? But my brothers who were married, who were away, right, who were there, right? Oh, Marty. Oh, Shelley, right? He knew everyone's voice, right? People he hadn't seen, who hadn't been there for months and months, he knew exactly who they were, right? When one of our senses is compromised, so we make up, right? Our other senses become that much more finely attuned, and right? See, here's Yitzchak, right? Basically blind, right? What are the chances of him falling for this ruse? Let's look at what Rivka says. Let's hear what she says. Now, Rivka was listening as on page 135, on Perek Chav Zayin 27:3. Rivka was listening as Jesus spoke to Esav his son. Esav went to the field. Rivka said to Jacob her son, "Behold, I heard your father speaking to brother Esav, saying, 'Bring me some food.'" Right now, verse 8. "So now, my son, hear my voice. Go now to the flock, fetch me there 2 choice young kids of the goats. I'll make them delicacies for your father as he loves. Bring it to your father, and he shall eat, so he may bless you before his death." First of all, this might even be, right? It's not necessarily in place of Esav. He wants to bless Esav before he dies, right? You take some food, bring it, that he can bless you before he dies. From the words she's saying, do we hear that it's instead of Esav? At this point, do we hear it's instead of Esav? No. I don't hear it's instead of Esav. Right? That he may bless you before his death.
But you understand it from the psukim before.
What? I heard your father telling Esav, "Bring me some food so I give you a blessing for my death." I want you. Go, let's bring him some food so he can bless you before his death. Right? It could be instead of. It could be instead of. It could be in addition to.
Or get there first.
It could be that.
But the psukim before, it says, "Hine shamati et avicha medaber el esav achicha le'emor."
Yeah, I heard your father speaking
it's
to
some kind of a, not a...
I overheard that, so he wants to bless Esav. He asked Esav, "Bring me some food so I can bless you before my death." So I'm telling you, you should bring him food. He could bless you before his death. Right? I don't hear from her words. I'm not saying it's definitely not instead of. I'm saying it's unclear. Is this instead of Esav? Or is this, right, before, after, instead of, in addition? It's very unclear. It's very unclear. Jacob replied to Rebekah's mother saying, "My brother Esav is a hairy man, and I am a smooth-skinned man." Yaakov clearly took it as instead. "Perhaps my father will feel me, and I shall be as a mocker in his eyes." What do you mean, kim mitateya, as a mocker? I'll be a mocker. Right? See, he understands that what Rivka wanted Yaakov to do was, Yaakov, step up. Show your father that you are a doer, that you are a go-getter. Show your father that you can be the recipient of the brachot. Take initiative. Step up and show your father that you, the way he views Esav, as a doer, as a strong person, right? Show him that that can be you. Yaakov says, he'll feel me, right? I'm not a doer. I'm a soft-skinned person. I'm not a man of the field. I'm not a guy who's out there doing. and I'll be like a mocker. Kimita'ateya. Like a mocker. Meaning, is that really, can you really be that? So his mother said to him, right, I'll bring a curse, not a blessing. His mother said to him, your curse be on me, my son. Right? Simple meaning, don't worry. Nothing bad will happen. Heed my voice, go get it for me. So he went and fetched and brought to his mother. Mother made donuts his father loved. And Rebekah then took her older son's clean garments, who were in the house, and clothed Jacob, her young son, with the skins of the kid goat. She covered his arms and his smooth skinned neck, right? To give him this sense of confidence, right? And the way he's arguing is, perhaps, again, from the words, right? So she wanted him to go in there as Yaakov, but to let his father know, I can be the man, I can be the one, I can be the doer, I can be the go-getter. And he came to his father and said, Father, and he said, here I am, who are you? And Yaakov said to me, Ani Esav b'chorecha. I am Esav, your firstborn. Right? And at that point, as Forman envisions it, Rivka said, what? That wasn't the plan? Oh no. Now what's going to happen? Right? And again, keep in mind what I said before. What are the chances of this plan working? Right? It seems like a real, very poorly thought out plan. See, he wants to argue, and what he likes to do often is don't read it with preconceived notions. Don't read the text with what you know is going to happen and then put all of that back into what's happening at this point. See, he says that that's also a possible reading of this. When he says, I am Esau your firstborn, so according to his vision, right, so Rivka is like, oh no, are you kidding? Now what's going to happen? But it works out. According to the other Medrash, it is, Ani Esav b'chorecha. I, by virtue of having bought the birthright, I am now Esav b'chorecha. I am your firstborn. However, so we have four different approaches to what is going on over here. We say Shivim Panim the Torah, right? There are 70 different facets to the Torah. But whatever was happening over here, Yaakov ends up suffering as a result of this. This deception kept going through the generations, right? With Leah, as we mentioned before, with Leah and Rachel, and then with Yosef, and then Yehuda is the one who deceives Yaakov when it comes to the coat of Yosef dipped in blood, right? And then Yehuda is deceived by Tamar, right? It is a web of deception that clearly, once it is released, it almost cannot be contained. Yes?
The root word for Asa is Oseh.
Right.
So it says, I am the doer. It could mean, instead of saying Asa,
according to...
I'm the doer. Back to that same analogy.
I am the one, right? By Esav's birth, it says, Vayikru'u oto Esav. They called him Esav. There's another point our Reformer makes. They called him Esav. Who's they? Who's they? When Esav is born, they called him Esav. Who would you presume they is? The parents. The mother and father. They both called him Esav. When Yaakov is born, it says, Vayikra oto Yaakov. He called him Yaakov. So who is he? Yitzchak. Not Rivka. Right? Why? See, he wants to argue, Yaakov is not the nicest name. Why is he called Yaakov? Because he's holding on to the cave, right? Trying to keep up, right? You call hey, shrimp, right? Junior, right? It's not the nicest name, right? Yaakov is trying to holding on for dear life to the heel of his big brother, right? Who called him that? Yaakov called him that. Rivka did not. Why?
Not
Because
Yitzchak.
I'm sorry, Yitzchak called him that, right? Not Rivka. Why? Because she didn't view him as this Yaakov, and she was trying to get him past this Yaakov idea, which is, right, why she was pushing him forward to be an Oseh, an Esav, to be the doer, to be to step up. To step up as the go-getter, right? But ultimately, as we'll see in a few parshiot up ahead, is that the Yaakov and Esav, when Esav says, "Come with me now," Yaakov says, "We'll wait until Seir," right? And Seir is Lalul Moshim Hartzion Lishpor Har Esav, right? Seir is the Zman Mashiach. Right, and that is the time of the coming together. Yes, but the struggle between Yaakov and Esav, Ulaom Milaom Ye'ematz, right? Sadly, is a struggle that continues, has continued through our history, and continues until that the Galut of Edom that we're in now. Right, the present exile we're in is referred to as Galut Edom, right? And we hope that we will reach a peaceful conclusion of that. B'mheira v'yameinu, amen. Okay, my friends, we'll call it over here. Oh, you want to say something? No.
Well, obviously, from all the